Hello coin collectors out there, welcome back to the Big D Coins channel. So this video is going to be about another different type of error. This is going to be about a double die rim error. I believe this is what it is. There are a lot of different error coins out there. I've talked about two recently on my video. On December 28th I talked about a clipped planchet error penny. December 30th I talked about a broad strike error penny. But this one right here I believe is a edge and rim error penny. I could use your help in kind of identifying what else it could be. But if you look at the edge down here and at the rim, it looks like there's a bit of a double rim starting about right here. And it's kind of a half moon, half semicircle all the way around. So that's pretty incredible. So here's what a 1972 penny looks like. This is a normal one, and on the normal one you can't see the same edge rim that this one has right here on the bottom. So take a look at that right there and look at that up there. So this coin right here, I looked it up now that I got it. I usually don't save anything prior to 1960s or so, but I figured this one, it's got this cool edge rim to it, so let's look it up. Let's get a little bit more information about it, and let's share it with the people on YouTube. All right, so it's just a normal Lincoln Memorial penny, except for that edge rim potential error. It's just your standard 95% copper, 5% zinc. Now, when I went to look it up, I was just shocked by how many of these were produced. So on the Numista website, which is usually my first stop to look up mintages, I looked up in 1972 at the Philadelphia Mint, which is this one right here. It's not going to have a mint mark, but the Philly Mint had 2.9 billion of these produced. In 1972, Denver Mint had 2.6 billion produced. Also on the Numista website, it recommends the Double Die Obverse of In God We Trust is very rare. So you can guess my kind of next logical step was to go to the Cherry Picker's Guide. The Cherry Picker's Guide is a guide to rare die varieties of United States coins. Now there are a lot of pages in here dedicated to the 1972 penny. In fact, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages alone, so about 12 different errors that are dedicated just to this specific year. I'm guessing because there were so many billions of these produced, that would likely cause a lot of error coins. So a helpful hint that the book recommends is that the state of the die at the time the coin was struck can be very important. Almost across the board, early die strikes, early die state EDS coins are much more desirable and will sell for higher prices. So what that kind of translates to for people who are new to coin collecting is that the die that makes this penny, so it's just a blank copper planchet, and then the die strikes down and makes this mark into it. However, these dies, they strike a lot of pennies, so they just go strike, 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 keep hammering it, and then eventually the die gets worn out from just the metal clashing upon the metal, and then they replace it. But right before they replace it, and toward the end of the useful life of the die, it starts to make kind of less great pennies. So if you get a penny that came from a new die, so that was a fresh die that didn't have any imperfections on it, it's going to strike the penny a lot better, and it's going to give you a much more desirable, much cleaner look to it. So you can see this penny right here, either it's worn a little up here, or it just wasn't a great strike to begin with, but it doesn't have too much definition up top there for Lincoln's hair. So let's talk about some of the more rare 1972 error pennies. Now I'm just going to give you the description and tell you the highest graded price for it. So the 1972 is known for the Double Die Obverses. So there's a Double Die Obverse on the date and lettering that's graded MS65, worth $600, so quite a lot there. 1972 Double Die Obverse on Liberty, that's worth $100 in the mint state 65 condition. Let's see. Ooh, this is the real valuable one. There's also a 1972 Double Die Obverse on Liberty, and that's worth a mint state $1,500. So that's the big time money right there. And let's give you the description of what that looks like. There's very strong doubling is evident on the date, Liberty, and In God We Trust. The secondary image is spread clockwise to the primary image. Very early die states may not have die chips near Liberty. All right, so keep your eye out for that. This is the fourth of many obverse double dies for this year. Many people want to assemble a set of as many examples. This is by far the rarest of the 1972 double die. So that's the 1972 double die obverse with Liberty. So there are a couple with Liberty, but that's a different variation of its own. So we established the 1972 double die obverse as clearly one that you should be looking for. But the one I've got right here, which I just pulled out of circulation, I've got some other pennies right here that I was going through, and came across this one right here. So this is the, looks like a edge rim error. Now I'm guessing the edge rim errors are worth a lot less than those fancy double die obverses. Strike errors can come in many different forms. Some of them are broad strike, strike through, uniface coins, blockage, die cap, edge strike, multi-strike, off-center strike, double denomination, struck on wrong planchet, edge and rim errors, in matted pair or set. So those are all different type of strike errors to go through. It would be nice if I could get all of those different error types on YouTube, but I'm going to have to go through a lot of coins to make that happen. The other two main error types for coins are planchet preparation errors and hub and die errors. So we'll get into those a lot more on future videos, but just kind of wanted to show off to you this 1972 penny I have right here. Please let me know in the comments if you think this is what type of rim error it is. It's definitely not the normal rim. Here I've got a 1972 as an example right here. You can see this one right here, it's got like a double rim to it. And the rim itself seems to be a little bit wider than this one up here on the top. Alright, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you're into coin collecting, looking at cool error coins, please do check out some of the other videos on my channel. Please do like, comment, subscribe, check out some of the other stuff I'm putting up, and feel free to leave me any recommendations. Thank you, take care, happy holidays, best of luck coin collecting out there, everyone. Enjoy!